put standards in place this year and attempted to try to have some consistency in art, music, and fire. The bottom line is we couldn't afford it. And so the issue really is that we probably have more schools. You need to shrink the district a bit based on our enrollment, and we need to make sure we better utilize our resources so we can provide art, music, fire, guidance counselors, librarians, social workers, psychologists. We just can't do it with the finances that we have. We have declining enrollment, rising costs, and declining revenue. And if we don't deal with this, the system just can't sustain itself. I mean, that's really got to be a big issue that we have to have a sense of urgency around. The system currently, declining enrollment, declining revenue, and increased cost. It's going to be very difficult for us to sustain ourselves and maintain the quality we need that our children deserve.
Superintendent Evers, do you have any?
Okay, thank you. Reference has been made to the Race to the Top grant. Which component of the grant is being talked about? Wisconsin isn't eligible for Race to the Top monies due to the firewall laws regarding compensation. So how can we receive any money from the grant? Who'd like to start?
I'll just briefly. Indeed, the initial issue of connecting student achievement to individual teachers, I believe that will, yes, it is an issue, and it's an issue that would prevent us from competing for these funds in a real robust way. But I believe that we will have that issue resolved this fall during the session of the legislature. It's not in place now. Do I believe it will be? I think it will be.
I agree with the superintendent. In fact, we're looking at legislation now that will remove any hurdle that we might have for competing well for Race to the Top grants. But even if we never receive a Race to the Top grant, we need to do better with this school system. What we've heard here tonight is a litany of initiatives that some started 5 years ago, some started 10 years ago, some under current president, some under one of the 6 other presidents. But the bottom line does not change. The reality is the same. We are miseducating our children. The system is not doing very well at all. And we should not stand by and give ourselves what everyone is asking for here, another 10 years to demonstrate that, in fact, this system just doesn't work very well at all. You're right, President Bonds. We are asking for control of the vehicle because the vehicle that you're driving currently right now is going off a cliff. We need different leadership. We need to ensure that we take advantage of opportunities to provide the stability and accountability that we need. And one more thing about President Obama and Secretary Duncan. Both of them have made it very, very clear. They have no confidence in the system that we currently have here in MPS. President Obama has made education a hallmark of his administration. Secretary Duncan has made it very, very clear. He will invest $4.2 billion, but he'll only invest in plans that have a fighting chance of getting done. And he believes very strongly that mayorally governed systems are better for implementing plans than any board system. In fact, what he made very, very clear was he will judge the success of his tenure as Secretary of Education based on the number of systems that go from school boards to mayoral control. So when you look at the writing on the wall, it's very, very clear. There's no requirement that we change governance in MPS to compete for Race to the Top, except that the Secretary of Education has told us that unless we do something different in the way that we govern ourselves to ensure that we can get the plan done, we will not get that investment.
I'm glad that Secretary Morgan